And we're going live right now. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tuesday with Teammates with your host, that guy in the corner, Jason Bowman.
Hola, señores and señoritas. Welcome to Martes con Amigos. Me llamo Jason Bowman, and the reason I'm butchering the Spanish language and making a fool of myself doing it is because not only is it Tuesday with Teammates, but it's also Cinco De Mayo. So this week's episode we are calling Martes con Amigos. As we have the past 6 weeks, I'm joined by some of my APA teammates for tonight's fiesta. So, hola, amigos. Buenos noches. ¿Qué pasa? What's up?
We're good, man. We're good. Excellent. Let's give him applause for that. Yeah. That took a lot of
job. You didn't butcher it too much.
Gracias.
Gracias.
I'll let you guys take it from here.
What are we saying now? Give you an update on my week?
I want to know how many margaritas.
So tonight we've got Steve on the control panel, the ones and twos. We got Mr. Jake Bias doing his bandana thing.
Not sure what's going on there.
Is back, still quarantined, but he did you get a haircut today?
I got a haircut today.
You got a haircut
Looking
today.
sharp.
The only reason I'm not wearing.
Nice job.
I got a haircut. I wanted to show
Murdoch not only interacted with other human beings today, but he got a haircut at the same time, and I'm sure we'll talk about that in a few minutes. We got Tracy Tufts kicking the sombrero.
Hola,
señorita.
Oh my God.
We got Peggy Light. What's up, Peggy? I see you got a margarita.
There you go.
Big margarita.
That's a big margarita too.
Very big margaritas.
That's the way Peggy does it.
And then we've got Mark Lancaster with the Hacienda sombrero.
Hola, that's right. The Hacienda.
You don't even have it on your head, though. Sombrero.
Because I'm too lazy.
Hola.
Oh, okay. So the person we're missing tonight is Becky.
Yeah.
She's a little under the weather. We believe it is not COVID related, correct? It's migraine related. So she is going to be fine. Mm-hmm. You guys don't need to send in cards or letters. She's going to be okay. We're going to pull her through one way or another.
I will say
she's not out at the bars, Cinco de Mayoing without us.
But her smoke detector is still beeping.
Well, thank God for that.
Last week she said it stopped.
No, she had other ones start.
Can't win for losing.
Yeah, if she could just grab a few batteries and switch those out, that would probably solve all that.
I think height is the issue here.
Yeah, height. Well. Hopefully Becky, if you're tuning in, hola, amiga. We miss you.
¿Dónde está el baño?
Yeah.
Casa de Pepe.
So I'm curious. I mean, here we are, Cinco de Mayo week. Hey, Steve, mark it down in your notes. Week 6 of Tuesday with Teammates. We are finally on week 6, and I don't know. What have you guys been up to? You guys been out into the world? It's kind of interesting because, so for the folks tuning in, the state of Missouri today, our stay-at-home order actually ended officially. I'm sorry, yesterday on Monday, May 4th, and so here we are. Like Murdoch got a haircut today. He looks all clean, and and he's got a margarita. He might even stop by the store to pick that up. I don't know. But what about the rest of you guys? Have you guys ventured out into the world yet?
I will say, Peggy, what you go? You
got my nails done.
Yeah,
you got her nails done.
Me too.
It's amazing the things we take for granted.
Body grooming, yeah. We have 2 people that have ventured out into the world again, both for body grooming reasons, a haircut and the nails. What about the rest of you guys? Have you guys been out?
I will say this. I feel like this past weekend when Bill and I separately went out to run a couple of errands, it felt like because Monday we were opening back up that, everything's great again. And more people were out, more people were not practicing social distancing, more people were weren't wearing masks. It was kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't really know the rules now. Are we supposed to stay 6 feet apart now, or is it okay to?
I think we are.
Yes, we are.
I'm not rushing out into places yet. I have 2 young kids at home, so I have to think about them. But I'm not even sure what the rules. So you do have to stay 6 feet apart now. Still.
Yep. Some people you want to stay 6 feet away from anyway.
Oh, I get that.
So in Missouri, they're leaving it up to the businesses to determine what they're going to do. That the governor kind of passed the buck down all the way down to the individual business owner. Everywhere I've been, and I've been out quite a bit, face masks, or some places require face masks, and sometimes they'll sell it to you at the door. Sometimes they'll politely ask you to come back.
Really?
Oh yeah. Well, like take antique malls and stuff like that. I mean, your people that go there are generally older and high risk, so they've left it up to the business owner. I would say by and large, I agree with Chasey. Probably 60-70% are pretending like nothing's ever happened. I'm in the middle. Like,
Me too.
I'm out and about doing it, but I always thought it wasn't that hard to get the flu either. So I'm still doing the face mask, sanitizing my hands. But I might honestly though, I might do that stuff forever now. Like, it might just be part of who I am. You know what I mean? Because the habits have been built, and they're not bad habits to begin with. So that's kind of where I'm at on it, the whole thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Like like you said, I was at Lowe's the other day, and I'd say about half the people wear masks. But here's the thing with masks, and we maybe have talked about this, but I'm dragging around like a big, one of those big carts at Lowe's, the heavy duty ones, and I got rock and stuff loaded on there. It's about 80 degrees on Saturday here, and I got this mask on.
Can't breathe.
And I could hardly deal with it. I was like, man, I left it on, but I just don't know.
It's hard to breathe with those on for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, and I get it. Like, I want to be safe, and I just don't. But I don't know if that's gonna long term. I don't know how that's gonna go. I really don't know.
I will say this: if I'm not around people, I'll pull it down.
Yeah.
I'm not even really wearing one, so.
At all?
About half the people in not really. Half the people in North Carolina are wearing them. Half of them don't. Some businesses
Whoever's clicking their pen, you got to stop.
That right here.
Yeah, I figured.
Whoever, some businesses are doing a lot of it. Some people in business are not doing it. I'm obviously going to go ahead, Murdoch, do it. So I've been to the driving range and stuff like that and everything else where they're not really doing a lot because they've already set the social distancing. So I think it depends on where you're going, because if they set it up for social distancing, it doesn't seem like people are so much concerned. Other stuff, I think they're just doing more of it. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
And what about South Carolina? You've been to South Carolina too.
Yeah, I've been to South Carolina. South Carolina, they've opened up more, so more of the retail's opened up and stuff like that. And then I think the restaurants and bars are going to start opening up sooner than North Carolina. And there's not as much, they were never sort of, the stay in order wasn't really sort of, intact, sort of in place sort of thing. South Carolina has been fairly loose about it right from the very beginning. So I don't think they really had, I was down there a couple of weeks ago with, Ken Stappen, Nashville League operator, and we went into a retail store, and all they wanted us to do was sanitize our hands. We asked about the 50% capacity because that's what they were at, and the guy kind of looked at us and thought we were, maybe not too bright, because he said, "Hey, listen, we got 15,000 square feet here. We're never going to be at 50% capacity at any time anyway." So
even on a busy day.
Even on a busy day.
Right.
And I started looking at some of that stuff, and a lot of these places, especially for some of our locations that are smaller, that might only have one or two teams in there during a week, they might have 1,200 square feet, but their full capacity might be 180 people or 150 people, and they're never ever going to be at 50% Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe the rest of the week. But so as you said last week, Jason, it's kind of a new world with certain things that are happening, and what Steve just said, certain things we're probably going to keep doing all the time. You know what I mean? Like,
now, does it bother you? So, like, does it bother you when other people don't have masks? Because I have a feeling this is going to become a thing. Like, the mask people are not going to be happy that the not mask people aren't following the rules. And for me, I'm a mask guy, but at the same time, I'm like, hey, look, I can't tell somebody else to wear a mask. Like,
just don't come over and sneeze on me. We're not going to have a problem.
Yeah, like I don't feel like you can. I don't know. I mean, and it's going to be there's going to be some really weird social things that come from us coming all back out and getting together. Like, I've already noticed, like I went, you guys know Derek Bell, right? Derek,
I love that guy.
Love Derek Bell. If he's watching, what's up, Derek?
D-Bell!
Thanks for the get up. He loaned this stuff to me. It's the first time I'd seen him in months. And, he's got a newborn at home, but at the same time, I went over there to pick the stuff up. I got my mask on and I'm like trying to stay away from him a little bit. And he's just like, hey man, what's going on? He got no mask. And I'm like, and that's, it's gonna be a thing for a while, just being around people and being kind of just how we interact is going to be kind of strange. I'm just going to be noticing it more.
I'm less likely to shake hands and hugs and stuff with, like, a lot of times when you meet somebody who're doing a business deal, you walk, especially as, well, anybody, you go walk up and you shake the hand. Maybe we don't do that anymore.
Dude, we're big huggers. Like with our league operators, that's going to be, I know, maybe not you guys as much as.
No, I'm not a big hugger.
Well, I spend like Peggy and I spend like the majority of the week they're with us training, for example, new league operators, and they become like, they're like our children. I don't mean that in a negative way at all, but they're like our little birdies.
Teacher-student kind of relationship.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Like
at the end of the week, they all hug us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's going to be
because they're trying to stand up and can't.
Yeah, but doesn't it depend on the person too? Because there are certain people. I mean, certain league operators I talk to all the time. Certain league operators are saying, "Well, I'm not really concerned about it that much," and other league operators are, "The world is coming to an end." So I think it kind of depends on the person. Now, Jason obviously is a little bit more apprehensive of what to do or to go out and to wear a mask, whereas I'm not so much that kind of person, you know what I mean? So I think it kind of, but if I'm going into a situation or if I go to a retail place that's kind of smaller and a whole bunch, there's more people in there, I might think about it more. Whereas if I'm going to, like if I go to the grocery store, they've got all the aisles pointed out going certain ways. There's not a lot of people. They've got social distancing for the, when you're checking out. So you're almost never within 6 feet of anybody anyways. So for me, that doesn't really bother me that much. So.
Real quick, guys, I hate to interrupt, but this is a hilarious comment from Brian, and then I'm going to say a semi-serious comment from Desiree from chat.
Is this a Brian we know, or who's
Brian? I hopefully I'm pronouncing your last name correctly. It's Ramana, which is very like Ramanov, which is the Black Widow, my favorite character. He says, imagine a world where Cinco de Mayo falls on a Taco Tuesday during a pandemic named after a Mexican beer. Yes!
Yeah!
That's great.
Oh, Brian, you win, buddy. You win.
I'm going to do the Peggy's clap. So.
You win the internet.
You win the internet.
Yeah, Brian wins the internet. He is our new favorite guest commenter on Tuesday with Teammates.
Desiree.
Oh, Brian just gave it away. He stole it from a meme.
Oh, well, but he brought it to us, and it was new to us, so we still get credit. Yeah. Desiree Collins chiming in on the mask conversation. She says that CDC issued a graphic and says if both people are wearing a mask, the transmission probability is extremely low without masks. So I'm gonna wear my mask. I'm a numbers guy and I like odds, and I mean that's it doesn't hurt to wear it. So.
Honestly, for me, the mask has always been about other people, not necessarily about me. Now,
protecting other people from you, right?
Correct. It's not. And I'm not Superwoman by any means. I mean, it could be hell if I get it. But I'm a relatively healthy individual. I'm not 50 years old. Well, that has nothing. Yeah, I CrossFit, so I won't get the Rona. Totally kidding.
Yeah. Disclaimer.
Right. So I look at it more as protecting other people than trying to protect myself, because I don't care what you do in a grocery store, you're carrying something out of there. I mean, there's just no way. So, yeah, I'll keep wearing them to protect other people.
Well, but you're not going to take offense if someone else isn't wearing one, or are you going to be like, "Hey, dude, come on, step it up. You should be wearing a mask too. I'm wearing one." Like, what's your philosophy on other people wearing them?
I think I feel like people for a period of time should, but I've had to see people during all of this time, because it's not been a dead fast requirement for people to wear them.
No, not here where we are. We're in the St. Louis area. Like I was talking to Ross Banfield last night in Brooklyn. He said nobody's out without a mask on up there.
Difference. Yeah, it's different.
Every single person has some type of facial covering in New York as they move around, whether they're out for a walk or they're going to the store. He said nobody is without a facial covering. So it may depend on where you're at, right? This may be a different kind of thing.
I will say this. So, and this really is not, we're talking about serious stuff here. This is not really as serious, but it's related. I went to get my hair colored today, and they said you have to wear a mask, and it has to be one that you don't mind getting color on the loops around your ears, right? So I'm like, well, dude, I don't want to mess up my cute little masks I bought, but they really suck. So I Googled,
priorities.
Real world problems.
I wish I would have kept it, but I threw it away. I Googled how to make a mask out of a sock, and I bought.
Yeah, I saw that too.
I bought a pack of socks the other day, and I'm like, I can spare a pair, one pair to mess up.
To save your mask.
Yeah, just to have something that doesn't.
Tracy.
I can see Hanes written right there as you're wearing
it. Was on the ear loop. It was actually on the ear loop when I was done. I didn't wear it there. I will admit.
That video's kind of cool the way she does it too, because she's clipping here and clipping there.
And I was afraid people were going to think I was wearing like an old dirty sock that I had, you know what I mean? Not a new sock. And then I'd be judged for that. So
you probably wouldn't last very long with the dirty sock on, though.
That's really funny.
The crazy thing is there's so many masks out there. Like so before we went live tonight, like I lost my mask. I do not know where my mask is. I'm running around like screaming at the wife and the kids, "Where's my mask?" And my mask is
I can see him doing it.
My mask is MIA. It's totally gone. I have to get a new mask. And so kind of parallel to this personal issue I have going on is we've also been looking at, some people have said, hey, what about APA masks? And so like we've been looking at APA masks for people that want them. And there's a lot of different masks out there. I mean, there are so many freaking masks. I have there's no guide. The CDC has put out guidelines about masks, like some recommendations, but there's no definitive guide to your mask should have this, do that, this, and that. Like there's debate about should it be cotton or should it be polyester? How many layers does it need to be? Is elastic good or should the ear flaps be cotton? And
like a metal.
I mean, there are all these questions. And then beyond that, you get into where does the mask come from? Does the mask come from China or does the mask come from somewhere else? And I mean, there's all these. So this whole mask thing is it's going to define the month of May for me.
I'm exhausted.
Anyway,
I'm exhausted just listening to all that.
I have an unrelated mask question. A question unrelated to masks.
I like it.
We have the matter of and we don't have to do this right now, but we have the matter of the trophy decide. I remember we were going to let the chat decide what we're going to do with the trophy, or not the trophy, the crown, rather.
Here's the scenario. Here's this is where we need the chatters to weigh in, and I think we need to get the chatters more involved tonight too, because it is Cinco de Mayo, and this is the only party in town. So while we only have so many inside the club, we need to bring in some people to the outside. Like when you bring a +1 to a party you were only supposed to come with by yourself. So here's the deal,
how many
chatter.
people do we have watching? How big is our party right now?
126.
Oh,
we need more people
too. Anyway, so here's our first question for the chatters tonight. If you've been following our show the last few weeks, at the end of the show, we do a little trivia amongst the teammates here, the amigos, and the winner gets a big crown. So the first week we did it, Mark of My Name is Mark there on your screen won the crown. Well, last week we had a guest teammate, Bill Tufts, and Bill apparently this week had more important things to do and would not appear on the show. So
I didn't ask him. It was last minute that we realized we weren't going to have.
That is also Tracy's husband. So anyway, the question becomes, does Bill retain the crown since he's not here tonight to lose it, or do we revert back to Mark as the first week winner, or do we give Bill's crown to his wife, Tracy?
By association.
Someone has to have the crown. No. It's either going to be Bill. I'm sorry, not Bill. Bill's not here. It's going to be Mark, or it's going to be Tracy. That's the situation.
Or no one. That's a fourth option or third option.
That would be me.
Okay, wait a minute.
It has to be taken away from somebody.
I don't understand.
Jason took mine away last week.
Why can't somebody just win it and take it away from Bill just because he's not on here? That's
too easy. It's way too easy.
Well, I mean, right now I have the crown on you. Somebody's got to wear the silly thing. So,
so the question is, does Tracy deserve to have the crown when she didn't win anything?
No, she didn't.
On the merits of her husband having won it last week and then holding
There's
out.
only one crown winner here right now, so that's what you go to.
I feel like you got to go with the only crown winner in the room, and that's Mark.
Don't you move that thing yet.
I'm not moving it. Are you taking a screenshot?
Steve, move it. Come on.
No, I'm waiting.
Hey,
I'm waiting right now.
Mark, I got to work with her every single day.
See, look, so that's no fair.
Sorry.
She didn't win nothing.
Well, the chat hasn't decided yet.
Bitter party of one.
The chat has not weighed in on who should win the crown.
Anyway, we can talk about other things.
Who? Me?
Desiree says give it to Peggy.
Peggy's drunk.
Ooh.
Look at the size of that margarita, for God's sake. All right, so now we've exhausted the mask conversation, right? The chat is going to let us know who gets the crown pre-trivia tonight, which we will get to some trivia, and it's going to be all Cinco de Mayo trivia tonight, so you can look forward to that. But in the meantime, I do want to mention, we talked about the fact that the state of Missouri, where the vast majority of us are, Mark is in North Carolina, it basically opened up yesterday, and so one of the big thing that really happened yesterday that we've not talked about yet, but we had a league here, one of the first leagues in the country. There were actually two leagues, APA leagues last night that started play. That was the the Mid-America APA, which is down in Southeast Missouri, down in the Boot Heel. And then there was the Memphis APA in Tennessee because the Tennessee had lifted its state-owned orders. So two APA leagues are now back up and running, and I know there's a handful more within like the next week or so. So that's an interesting thing. Again, I think there are a lot of people that are like ready to get out of the house. And we started talking about this. I feel like there's just a lot of people that are like, this thing's already out there. It's already been spreading. Like, it's an interesting conversation. It's hard to know what's accurate because there's just so much information. But I think what I'm seeing from people just in general, whether it's in Missouri, or just, through stuff I'm seeing around the country, is that it's almost like they're saying, you know what, we'll just take our risks. We'll take our chances. Like, leave it up to me. I have to take my chances and we'll see what happens. And I guess that's the way this is going to go for a while, until we see what happens once we've all come out of our houses. So it's a very interesting time. And I don't think there's really a right or wrong answer. I know, like, I talked to Brad Jones, our league operator with Mid-America APA, and he's like, look, I'm not telling anybody they got to come out and play pool. He basically was like, hey, look, we're ready to play. If anybody's ready to play, and the vast majority of these people are like, yeah, we're ready to play.
Did he have something like 22 out of 23 leagues or something like that?
Yeah, I think he said he had 22. So he had like two teams that decided not to play. And I think he actually had some teams in Arkansas that were able to play because they play in a non-bar, non-restaurant kind of facility. It's like a game room type facility.
He actually, to go one step further, he actually had a couple of teams that weren't playing that night that actually wanted to do their makeup matches from when we shut down in the first place. So they were doing their makeup matches to do it. So, I mean, Brad has to beat them off with a stick. If you look at Bobby and Nika's in Memphis, they have people posting saying, hey, who needs a spot for a team? I'm ready to play.
Yeah.
So really quickly, we have a viewer who, Steve, can you kind of talk about what tonight's about?
I just answered him.
Thank you.
Again, guys, Tuesday with Teammates, real quick. No announcements are going to be made during here. The league is about pool, yes, but first and foremost, it's about people and it's about hanging out. It's about being a community and friends and family. This show is designed to teach people that it's important to reach out to your teammates and check in on them and possibly even do something like this during quarantine. This is purely a social thing. If you're expecting an announcement of some kind or us to get like super serious about APA news or anything like that, it's not going to happen. I'm telling you now, so feel free to check out if you need to. You don't have to watch. It's totally cool.
Hang out, have fun
Fist bump.
Or
grab a beer and chill out.
Are there any other Cinco de Mayo parties going on? I mean, this is the Cinco de Mayo party. So you know what? But you say that, and I think we're kind of making some major announcements. I mean, we just basically said a league in the first, first two APA leagues in the country are back up and running. There's a handful more that are soon to follow in the next week or so. Now, as far as your own league, you're going to get that information from your league operator. We're not going to say, hey, your area is opening up next week. That's going to come from your league operator. And there are several leagues that aren't close that are going to be, several weeks, maybe longer before they're open. I mean, New York City is obviously going to be a while. California is kind of changing now, but for a while it looked like California was going to be quite a while. So we just don't know as far as leagues. I think we've made all the announcements we can as far as the events. The World Championships were pushed to December to try to give ourselves the best chance possible of making sure that event gets played. You've got the Showdown Series events, which are now going to be held in August in the original time frame of the World Championships. I would say those are the most questionable there in August. But, if I had to put a percentage on it, I'd say, I don't know, flip a coin. I mean, I really don't know. I don't know what's going to happen in Vegas. And then you've got the event that was postponed, the Pool Player Championships, and the 8-Ball Classic and 9-Ball Shootout. The people that have won trips to go play out there, they are being moved to next year. So I think we've announced. I don't know that there's anything else that we could, other than like saying my Spanish is really bad. I don't know what else we can announce on.
And I will say this: if you do want that information, we did a billiards spotlight with Greg Fletcher and Bill Tufts that had all of this information. We went into a deep dive there. It wasn't last week; it was the week before.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
It was a week from last Thursday.
That is, if you want to sit and really get some meat, that's where the meat is right now. So.
Yeah, but otherwise, we're just, this is, I guess we didn't really say this at the beginning, mainly because I didn't know how to say it in Spanish. But, what we're doing tonight is all about, we started this with the idea that we wanted you guys to stay in contact with your teammates through this pandemic. So, people that feel isolated and not lonely and that kind of thing. And so what we did initially was we set this up to try to encourage you, but we had so
now
much
we're having fun
with it that we've decided to just keep doing it, and we basically allow you guys to watch. So if you don't like it, the beautiful thing is
it's okay.
You can just keep scrolling. So
keep scrolling.
If you want to hang out though and grab a margarita and a sombrero and
and let Jake's sunglasses stare into your soul.
Bring it on. I only wish we could bring more people in here.
It's beer 30.
Hey, really quickly. Hey, Mike Brown asked about, he said it'd be cool if we could have the scoring app come out as leagues are slowly starting up. We would love that too, but it's still in testing phase. So we're not quite ready yet. We're working hard to get it done. If any of you guys have not checked it out though, we do have a Pandemo mode.
Yeah, you can play it now.
So go to your app store, download the app, and you can play around with it like for real.
Yeah, the pandemic had a couple of interesting developments that it caused for the scoring app, which was really going to debut this summer. And one was on the positive side, like Tracy mentioned, we were able to turn on that Pandemo mode so you guys could all start playing with it. Prior to that, only the testers in the markets that were using it could play with it. And then kind of on the downside, there's been no live testing of it going on now because no leagues have been playing. So,
right.
I think it maybe is going to slow that process down a little bit, that and just kind of what some of our leagues are going through. So it'll get there. We're on the cusp of something big with the scoring app. Murdoch, you want to say anything about the scoring app? You're kind of involved in that project. On the spot.
I'm involved in the extent that I'm in the IT department, but I pretty much stay out of the way.
I'm on the tech team. Don't really have much to do with that.
I'm on the tech team. What I basically do is I tell the developers, I'll just do what you need to do.
What is that?
That's a jalapeno, I believe, or a chili pepper. Probably. It's a pepper.
It's a chili pepper.
That's Jason with a mask. He found his mask.
That's kind of creepy.
Man, you got to grow that mustache in real life.
So, I basically stay out of the way of the developers.
Sorry, Murdoch. You were not telling us anything interesting, so I had chili pepper. I thought you'd have some better stuff to tell us about the scoring app.
Well, since he has nothing to do with it, it's kind of hard.
The scoring app than Murdoch does.
It's gonna be huge. That's
it's gonna be huge.
It's gonna be huge.
Way to go, Murdoch.
Desiree Collins.
It would be grande.
Yeah, grande.
I've actually used the scoring app. We've used it we have a league in the office that we play in, and we've used it there. So I've got a little firsthand knowledge in it. For 9-ball, awesome. I'm one of those people that kind of gets going during 9-ball and like starts missing I'll be like, how many innings was it again? And I'm missing balls.
Because that game goes way faster than 8-ball. 8-ball's let's be honest, guys. Most of the time, you go to the bathroom, get a drink, have a cigarette. If you smoke,
order a second drink on the way back,
friend, and you're all right? But 9-ball, you blink and you can miss.
I can't score 9-ball. I'm a little too ADD.
Yeah, so the scoring app I think is going to be a huge difference maker in 9-ball. I think it'd be a difference maker in both. But for those of you guys that play 9-ball, you're going to be like, thank you.
And 9-ball, the scorekeeper, or at least I try to sit away from the team so I can pay attention. You'll still need to do that with the app because you can
you
still
click the button.
fall behind very quickly. But just being able to click on balls and put some to the player that got them and stuff like that.
It does make it a lot easier, man. It really does.
Yeah, it's good.
So a couple of shout-outs to the chat. For those of you who are doing the jalapeno on a steak, I get that reference. You're amazing, and thank you for it. Does anybody else get that reference in this chat?
Oh, yeah. Jeff Dunham.
Else get? Yeah, Jeff Dunham. Jalapeno
Is it
on a
really
steak.
on a stick?
Well, no, they were looking at Jason's chili pepper thing, and they said on a stick in the chat, and I thought it was amazing. So very well done.
Jalapeno on a steak.
And Brad Cole just asked, what is everybody drinking? So roll call on the drinks there.
Okay.
I've got the ultimate margarita pre-made from 1800.
All right, Murdoch, what do you got?
That's
Same
what
thing.
I got also.
Woohoo!
Oh,
Ay,
dang.
caramba.
And I
Me
did a
too.
recall, so it's a good thing.
Jake, what are you drinking?
Bush.
That looks fancy. Tracy?
Oh, I have this is the white Cuervo Blanco, and club soda and fresh lime juice and jalapenos.
Wow, that
was
sounds
my
really
answer.
good.
Nobody's
Maggie?
drinking tequila?
Margarita.
Nobody's drinking shots?
Cuervo Blanco is
I'm not
tequila,
drinking
my
Cuervo
friend.
Oh, you're drinking it straight?
Yeah, straight.
With club soda and lime juice. And
Oh, club soda and lime
straight with
juice.
3
Yeah,
mixers.
yeah. You're not doing shots of tequila,
It's
thank
mine.
you very much.
Put some jalapenos in there too.
Desiree says she's drinking Corona.
Is she being facetious?
I think she may be a little.
I wonder. So, like, I heard initially with this. That's kind of funny you say that. I heard initially that, like, you would think that Corona, nobody would want to drink
Mark.
a Corona right now, but their stock apparently was like way up. But now, since the pandemic, I guess in Mexico, like a lot of their workers have actually gotten sick, so they can't produce enough beer to keep up with the demand. So that's what's going on with Corona. That's what I heard. You know, who knows what you hear and what's real.
They had plenty at the Deerbergs on Highway K. Just
Mark,
Plenty of Corona.
Mm-hmm.
Mark, you
What are
drinking
you drinking there, Mark?
Soda.
Water.
You know what? That's why I think I didn't ask you, because I knew.
Flavored water.
He's like, I'm not putting that poison in my body. I got to go eat some fiber bars.
Doesn't do it. Yeah. I already had a
Or
caramel
protein
nut roll
bars or
already,
whatever.
so, yeah.
How many shirts you got on there, Mark? Is it cold there? You got like 3 shirts
Six.
on.
Because he weighs
No,
like
just-
9 pounds.
You're really
I know
blowing
he's
it
got
up, brother.
0% body fat. man.
It's actually
He's
true.
like a chihuahua.
As I've lost the weight, I get cold all the time now. It started out this morning about 60 degrees in Raleigh and kind of warmed up, but
You would never survive in the tundra, I will tell you that much.
No, I didn't when I lived there,
Is that
so
gonna
and
be
I
an
don't want to
issue?
go back. So,
I'm just saying.
yeah.
Is the tundra coming?
I don't know.
When I went up to Montreal in March, I was standing around cold the whole time, and people are walking around with jackets open. You know, it's like, how can people even do that anymore? So I don't even remember what it was like when I was a kid. So we used to roll around with no shoes on in the snow. So now I get cold thinking about it.
You're
So
also
only
getting
two,
cold.
Jason, to answer your question.
Did you lose the string in that sweatshirt? Isn't there supposed to be a string there?
Yes, the string came out when I washed it.
Yeah,
Why
we
is
have the
this
same hoodie.
concerning to you?
I don't know.
Why
I'm noticing his hoodie, and I'm like, "There's no string there. Where's the string?"
Right.
Jason is
I have
emotionally
the
invested in Mark's
same
success.
shirt. I have the exact same shirt.
I can
All
do
of us
this.
have that same shirt.
I could do this if you want.
There you go. I like that. I like that.
What with that with the sunglasses? That
Takes
could
the shine off the head.
be, yeah, exactly.
Takes the shine off the head. So,
Might be trivia time.
Cinco de Mayo trivia time. Are we ready to do this thing?
Show enough.
So I think the way we're going to work this tonight is you guys all have a pad of paper, right? And it's something to write with.
Mm-hmm.
Scoreboard.
And so what we'll do is we are going to give you a question. Each of these questions is going to be worth 10 points, right? And they're multi-choice or multiple choice. You're going to put an answer out there. You're going to display it to the screen, and Steve and I will track your Steve, me, and the red chili pepper will here track your
Red
scores.
chili pepper. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Do you
Track
want?
your scores.
Do
Is
you
the
want
chili
a
pepper going to
number?
steal my crown, or? Go
Oh
ahead,
wait,
Casey.
we know who gets the crown. Who?
Me.
Yeah.
Well,
Tracy.
That's not what the chat says.
Peggy actually. That's Pascal and his 14 dogs can't vote. That doesn't.
Yes, he can. Pascal voted, and I'm going with whatever Pascal says. What did Pascal say?
shut up, Mark. You know he said you.
Oh, that's right. So switch it over. Come on.
It's interesting. Mark has like these groupies around the globe that like to weigh in here and there. So
they're the mouthier ones.
What did Mark has what?
It's called a mouthy group of league operators.
Groupies.
Maybe I can just give it to me. Maybe I get the crown.
No,
all right.
you don't get the crown.
So
let's do some. What?
Wait. Are we supposed to like do them all on one piece of paper, or you want a new paper for every one?
Well, I don't want to kill more trees than we have to, but like,
Okay.
just show me your answer on a piece of paper somehow.
Most of these questions are multiple choice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up the question so the chat can see it, and the chat will immediately be able to say or to immediately be able to read it, and then I'm going to come back to you guys and I'm going to finish reading the question as soon as I pull it up over here.
I'm not going to lie. I can't stop staring at that chili pepper.
Hold on, let me 1 second here. Let me pull it.
It is a bit creepy too, yeah. Especially when he had it all cuddled up to his neck like that.
Hey, man. All right. So I am ready when you are, Jay. So they're multiple choice questions. So you can just write the letter real big. But basically, we're just trying to keep everybody honest on their answers. Everyone can answer the question. It's not a race to get the quickest answer. There's no bonus points for speed. However, we're going to do a rule from our own rules. Common sense must prevail. Obviously, if we feel that you've had enough time to Google it, we're going to say we're going to call you out. And I think you probably already know that.
In between.
Oh yeah, if you're Googling
Google
the
stuff.
answers to try to win the contest,
For shame.
come on.
Cheaters never win.
Now,
Yeah,
for the
come on.
record, I don't think any of you
Murdoch's
would do
Googling.
that.
I'm Googling if you can do that.
And
Yeah,
to be
he
and to
actually
be
looks
honest,
like,
to be honest, I came up with these questions about 15 minutes before the broadcast. So the answers that I like designated as right may not actually be factually correct. So it's going to be based on the answers that I decided upon.
Okay.
So you've got you'll have like a 1 in 3 chance on most of these stuff.
So just go with what
Murdoch
feels
looked like
good.
Murdoch Scissorhands there, didn't he?
So I really don't think the internet's going to help you
Yeah.
one way or another.
Murdoch
All right.
Scissorhands.
So we ready?
We're ready. As soon as Murdoch
We're
stops
ready.
freaking me out with those fingers.
Yeah, they're big, aren't they?
How does he do that? Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
It's not difficult.
We just gave everybody in
Better to
chat
do
like a
this.
spider complex for like
Let's
10
do the
years.
Peggy clap.
All right,
Peggy
first
clap.
question. First
first
Get
question.
your pens and paper ready. Let's do it. Boom.
All right, so
Cinco de Mayo trivia.
So chat, I'm going to try to do good, and I'm going to try to come back very fast so you can see the reactions. But here's the question. You guys can see it on screen. I'm going to go back to their faces. Now I'm going to ask them, true or false? True or false? Cinco de Mayo is not a federal holiday in Mexico. True or false? Cinco de Mayo is not a federal holiday in Mexico. Can you even read those? So
They're backwards.
lots of T's.
They all said true. What's
No,
the answer on that one,
That
Steve?
the answer to that one is in fact true. It is not a federal holiday in Mexico. It is not something that Mexicans actually celebrate. So, but we're gonna get more into that. We're gonna get a little history.
All right, so all 5 of you guys get 10 points. Good
That's
job.
the first question I've ever gotten right on this day.
Well done.
We started
and she's
easy.
got the
You had
crown. I
a,
see
you had
how
a
it works.
50-50 chance. We started with an easy one. So they're
Okay,
going to get
cool.
harder. What's the next question, Steve?
The
Raining
next
on my
question-
parade.
What year was the frozen margarita machine invented? What year was the frozen? Jake, stop looking at your phone. A. 1964. I'm kidding. A. 1964. B. 1971. C. 1980. 64, 71, or 80.
I'm sure my mom drank some of these right around my birthday, so surely.
All right, so we got 71. What's B? 71.
Yeah.
Peggy went with C. Jake, what's your answer?
Should I tell? What do we
B.
see?
All right, give him the answer, Steve.
All right, the answer is B. 1971.
Yes.
So who got
All
that
right.
right? Besides
So
Tracy, obviously.
Everybody
but
besides
Peggy.
Sorry, Peggy.
Peggy probably drank the most.
Do that again, Tracy. I like that.
Margaritas.
Chat's
That's
doing pretty
Jason's
good.
thing.
Chat's doing pretty good too. All right, you guys.
All
ready
right,
for
what's our next
three?
question?
Question 3, and this is a mouthful. Ready? In 2008, according to the Cheers on Premise Handbook, how many margaritas were Americans consuming per household? So,
Ouch.
in short, how much booze did Americans in 2008 drink margarita style in households?
Like for a year?
No, hey, Steve, I think that's actually supposed to be per hour. It's per hour.
Oh, well,
per hour.
I'm not going to tell you which one made the typo, but it wasn't me this time.
I know.
Yeah.
It was our researcher who did these questions.
Repeat it again.
I will read it again with the new information. In 2008, according to this particular source, how many margaritas were Americans consuming per hour?
Dun, dun,
in 2008.
Dun, dun. We got to give them the options.
Oh, yeah. Is there options?
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm being a dork. A, 58,000. B, 120,000. C, 185,000. You may redo your answer.
Per person?
Per hour.
Per hour.
Per hour in America. Per hour in America. 58,000, 120,000, 185,000 margaritas per hour in 2008.
This is a ridiculous question, I will tell you.
It's a great question.
Okay. The correct answer is C.
Yep.
185,000.
Wah, wah.
So 10 points to Peggy,
Go Peggy,
Mark, and Murdoch.
All right.
So basically, Jake and I are losers.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well,
yeah.
you said it, not us.
Whoa. I've only missed one question so far. I'm not in the same category of loser.
You still can.
I've only missed one, mister.
And same with Peggy. She's only missed one. Or she missed 2.
One.
Are you sure?
Yes, I've been writing them down.
Okay.
Are we ready? Next question?
Next question, Steve-O.
B.
All right.
Oh, okay.
The world's largest margarita was made in which city? A, Vegas. B, Cancun. C, Orlando. World's largest margarita. Vegas, Cancun, or Orlando? A, B, or C?
I feel like Orlando's thrown in as a. Oh,
I'm going to guess out right away.
This is so hard.
It's
I know.
Question.
Uh-oh.
So we
I
have
think I'm in big trouble.
A, B, C?
Give us the answer, Steve.
The answer is Vegas. Come on, it's got to be Vegas, right?
Wait a sec. Here you go. Here's my answer.
Yeah, good job.
We're back to that.
It's gotta be Vegas.
I just before we get to our next question, Murdoch has now pulled out to the lead because he has not missed a single question. Jake has missed one question. It is in second place, tied with Mark Lancaster.
Well, Murdoch did get a haircut. So,
so there's a few more questions to go.
More questions.
So it's not over yet. Don't give up yet. There's more questions, and we will have the final round where you'll have an opportunity to make up some points. So
right. So question 5, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. This is another long one. Get your listening ears on.
Huh?
A common misconception is that Cinco de Mayo is Mexican Independence Day, which is incorrect. It's actually a celebration of what? A, the Battle of Rosarita. B, the Battle of Puebla. C, the end of the Spanish-American War. So, Battle of Rosarita, Battle of Puebla, end of the Spanish-American War. What is this holiday actually about?
Ooh.
Y'all some Googling
they all
people.
got it.
Google
They all
it.
got it.
I didn't Google it.
It is.
You know what? My husband told me this before I came up here.
It is, in fact, the Battle of Puebla.
Do you even know what Cinco de Mayo celebrates, Tracy? And I went,
Not really.
maybe you should help me.
When I Google it.
So they all get 10 points there.
So
that was too easy of a question. That was too easy.
I'm just glad you asked that one because I was like, that's the only thing I remember.
Now, does anybody know what the Battle of Puebla was? Who we fought?
The French.
Wait, Is that a question, Steve?
French.
Oh,
That
no.
isn't a question. Oh, it did. Oh, you know what?
Points for me and Tracy.
Yes, we all get points.
I actually didn't put that question in here, I don't think.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. Well, I'm going to say French.
Oh, where am I at here?
Who is the commanding person, Mark?
Oh, no, I
don't
did. I
be
did
a-
put that question
don't
in
be a
there.
smart
That's all right. We won't
Pascal
use that
Gaumont.
question. We'll throw
That's
that
who it
question
was.
out.
I had to
Steve.
look.
Pretty
All right.
close.
So,
All right, this is the last multiple choice question then, because we're throwing out the question that was already answered. Tracy, you gave it away for everybody, so everybody would just get.
Yeah,
we just give
I just wanted to show off my knowledge.
very
We're
well
just gonna
done.
give-
We are very
Wanted to have
impressed.
we're gonna give 10 points to everybody there.
Yeah. So, which does nothing for
We're
the
being
standings.
generous. Yes.
So, questions.
Thank you, husband.
Bill?
Just so you know, so it was the
Knuckles,
Battle
Bill.
of
Knuckles,
Pueblo
Bill.
where the
Knuckles.
Spanish defeated the French. The answer was the French. All right, Steve.
Right.
One more multiple choice in the
All
final
right.
round.
When is the actual Mexican Independence Day celebrated? Because it ain't today.
Yeah, I know that one.
You're gonna.
Question. Sorry.
Can we have choices?
Is it A, September 16th, B, November 21st, C, December 29th? September, November, or December?
Oh, they all got
They
it.
all got it right.
September 16th
September
is
16th.
correct.
Look at me. Go,
Gosh, you guys
Tracy.
are great.
Oh, Tracy.
Girl power.
I did do a little before I got on here. I'm like, they're gonna ask trivia about this stuff. I bet. Not kidding.
Wonder if you can do this, Peggy.
What?
I don't know.
Sort
what
of
that
woo
is.
woo hand clap, woo woo hand clap.
I don't. Okay.
She doesn't get it, Peggy.
No, I don't.
Peggy gets it.
Apparently, there's some inside joke that we're not aware of. So.
Yes.
Are you
Jason's
making
hard
fun
at
of
work
me?
doing the math.
No, not making fun of you.
Fun of you at all. No.
So if I'm correct, I got Murdoch got every single question correct. He's got
He
70
cheated.
points. Is that right?
That
I
sounds
got
right.
Jake. I got Jake with 60 points. Does that sound right? I got Mark with
60.
60 points.
Me and
I
Tracy
have
50.
I
Tracy
only
and
missed
Peggy
two.
both have 50.
I only missed two.
Very
All
good.
right. Questions? All right. So it's going to come down to one final question, but we're going to play it sort of like Jeopardy. Before we ask the question, you will decide how many points you want to wager on being right about your answer.
it's
So you'll need to
anybody's
write.
game.
You need to write the amount of points you're going to wager right now.
I assume the topic is Cinco de Mayo.
It's not like we get anything if we keep our.
Yes.
Watch, that's going to be a
Yeah.
copyright mark for me now.
60 big ones.
Well, don't share it. That's part of the strategy,
Oh.
guys. Have you not watched
Why?
Jeopardy?
No.
Murdoch's
always-
sitting, well,
What?
Murdoch's sitting pretty now because he knows what everybody's betting.
That's right. He's
Don't
gonna bet
share.
one.
There's a strategy
Yeah.
to it.
Why is there a strategy? Why does it matter?
Yeah, because with me
You
and
know
the
what?
lead, y'all
That's a
never-
30-minute answer, and I can go over the various bidding strategies on Jeopardy. But
I'll
I don't
schedule a meeting tomorrow.
Let's do that. But
Murdoch cheated.
where's the strategy? Gosh. Anyway, so you guys good? You ready?
Yeah.
All right, everybody's wait. Has everybody wagered their amount?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, do you
Okay.
want to see it?
Yeah, let's see it. Let's see what you're wagering.
I
Let's
thought
see
we
what you're
weren't
wagering.
supposed to
Just
show
nobody
it.
look at the chat. Nobody look at chat, so nobody can see. We just want to confirm that you've done it.
Everybody's
Go big, go
wagering it
home.
all except what does Murdoch got?
Don't believe.
What are you wagering, Murdoch? You like
No,
putting
you're not
papers
supposed
for
to
half a
tell
second.
people that's part
40.
of the suspense.
Okay.
He writes like
Seriously,
There's
don't
not-
watch.
Yeah.
There's no suspense because
Like
they're all
a
betting
serial
all their
killer.
points. They're all betting all their
Oh,
points.
is that what they're all in?
Except Murdoch.
This
he
isn't
cheated.
like Jeopardy where you get to take your points home with you, right? There's no money going home with these
right.
people.
That's why I
So they're
don't-
betting all their points.
Ah. Ready?
So it'll come down to this final question. Give us the question, Steve.
All right. That's not the question. This is the question. What does margarita mean in Spanish?
Ooh, write it down.
It's
10
not a
seconds.
multiple choice question.
10, 9, 8,
I gotta
7,
find a blank sheet of paper.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
Slow down, I'm writing backwards.
1.
Yeah.
Damn.
I don't know what that says. Y'all have to read it.
Woman's name.
You know what? We should have them read it off one at a time.
Yeah.
And I will tell the
My
answer at the
name
end.
in Spanish.
All right. Do you have your answers?
I thought there's not an A, B, and C.
Nope.
No.
Just an answer.
This is Final Jeopardy, bro. There's no A, B, and C on Final Jeopardy.
There's no A, B, and C on regular Jeopardy.
Ouchie.
Oh,
You guys
that's
have
true.
never watched Jeopardy.
Yeah. Wow.
Margaret.
All right. Do we all have our answers?
Yeah.
Murdoch, we'll start with you. Well, no, we'll come back to Murdoch. He's got the most points. Jake, let's start with you.
I put woman's name. I'm guessing
Woman's
Margaret.
That is not correct. I'm
Not
sorry.
correct.
Jake loses all his points. Peggy, what's your answer?
Margaret.
That is incorrect. You
There's
also
also a
lose.
woman's
And
name.
that is correct because when I was in Spanish class, my name was Margarita, and my middle name was Margaret.
After
Yeah,
the,
I
after
had
the
a
pizza?
margarita in our class too.
After the pizza, which is a completely different thing?
That's pizza margarita.
No,
That's Italian.
I'm just messing with you.
On
Just
to
messing.
Tracy.
I just lost my point.
What was your answer?
You gotta show it.
What was your
You gotta
answer?
show it.
No.
Please. Por favor.
I do. It doesn't. It's not going to be as funny now. I mean, it wasn't meant to be funny.
Is it Margaret?
I put margarita means lady, even though I know it didn't, because I couldn't think of anything.
That's fine.
I think that's a decent answer.
Yeah. I mean, it's
It's
basically
wrong.
3
It's
for
correct.
3.
But it's an answer.
What ups?
So
All right.
Murdoch.
No.
Mark-
Murdoch's last. He's got the most points.
Truth,
What's Mur-
truth.
what-
Mixed drink.
That's
Oh, that's a good answer, but wrong. That is wrong. So everybody is bottomed out on points, Murdoch. So essentially, you are the de facto champion.
Right.
Did not bet all your
unless he
points.
bid it all and lost.
No, I
did
didn't.
not.
It's for
No, he
No,
strategy
he only
reasons.
did 40.
But
He didn't
let's,
go big.
let's see if you could at least come up with the right answer.
I just put drunk.
Oh, it starts with the right letter. So the correct answer, margarita in Spanish means
You want me to say it?
daisy.
Daisy. It's
Daisy.
What?
the flower.
Margarita in Spanish means daisy. Look it
I
up.
want to change my answer.
Margaret.
Correct.
Um,
Peggy, your Spanish teacher should be fired.
Peggy,
because
She
you
failed.
told me in 3 seconds.
And she failed.
Daisy. The
Peggy, if you would
flower.
like to appeal the decision, you can appeal to chat. If you can get chat on your side. If they can start throwing definitions, I mean, if they can prove us wrong. I mean, we have to take new information, right?
Somebody else says, "Well, Google that shit."
I'm not Googling it. You Google
Yeah.
it.
Hey, the decision of the referees and the sombrero wearing people are fine.
I'm gonna Google it.
People.
I'm Googling it right now.
All right.
What
Probably mixed drink.
There might be some
Read
controversy.
mean?
So Murdoch wins, right?
Look at that.
She
Wait a
knows.
sec.
She just
Wait a
Googled.
sec.
She's got the answer.
Well, it when the definition comes up, it talks about the drink.
Bill,
Read me.
Bill.
Aha. So that means I win.
Wait. Margarita is a feminine given name in Latin and Eastern European languages, originally derived from Persian morvared, meaning pearl.
A woman's name.
Carrie,
And Margaret means
and
pearl in the
it
baby
says it also wait. It also can mean cluster of blossoms. Wait for it. Jason might win this one. The flower daisy is called margarita in Spanish, Greek, and other languages.
Yes.
I
If
think
you
there's more
Google,
than one definition for
if
margarita.
you Google what does margarita mean in Spanish, the number one answer in big bold text will come up, and it will say daisy.
I'm getting on Wikipedia.
You
and
win.
changing this.
No,
Give me 5
you
minutes.
I was going to say a cluster of flowers.
Hey, Bill said, in fairness, there's an American woman named Daisy too. So
Daisy Duke.
But the original question is, what does margarita
Daisy
mean in
Fuentes.
Spanish? I don't know. That might be true, but that doesn't really add anything to the argument, unfortunately.
Now, you know what the beauty of it is? Our game, our rules, we decide. That's what happens
So-
when you host a Cinco de Mayo fiesta.
You just want to keep the women from winning.
Okay,
again.
so on what Peggy just said, I would like to point out we had
the ladies down.
a pre-stream conversation about the games and how certain people in the group feel that they're underrepresented or that they're treated unfairly. So they have. So do we want to broach that? Do we also want to include chat the fact that you guys have the game next week and you guys get to make the rules and y'all are running the show?
Here we go.
Let's
next
make it
week,
Facebook official.
The ladies get to choose the game next week.
That's
Okay,
right.
I would like to ask.
I am a neutral party, by the way, because I have to run this stuff.
Steve can also search back through our group messages on how many suggestions of stuff I have put together and sent to those two jabozos.
And it can't be trivia about shoes either, Tracy.
Jabozo's Spanish?
I'm not sure, actually. In all fairness, I will say that Tracy has done a lot in making suggestions.
I even put together a whole trivia, like 60 friggin' questions.
You have the floor next week. Let's do it.
Yeah, so
Next week, it's all you.
Whatever you want to do.
You bring the game, and you can put me and Steve on the spot.
Whatever game Tracy and I want to play.
Steve has to help me though.
We could actually bring in Kara Nord, and Kara Nord can run the show, and I can be part of the show, and you can put me on the spot if you wanted to.
But we got to figure out what I mentioned earlier.
I will help work out the technicals of your dream. We'll make it happen.
easy for you to say.
Yes.
Right, exactly.
All right. So we'll look forward to next week, and for now, I guess we'll say adios.
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 Happy Cinco.
Thanks for tuning in. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Grab
Peace,
a margarita.
brother.